record on this.
Ah,
Great. Well, I wanted to welcome everybody to our info call for Resilient Threads in Chiapas that's coming up this October. My name is Kim Hunter, and I'm excited to share our team for this trip and a bit more about where we're going and what we're doing. First, I'll just give you a really quick sort of background on who Traveling Traders are, just so you know who you're traveling with. I started Traveling Traders in 2020. We actually started in northern Thailand during the pandemic. I was working with Hill Tribe artisan collectives focused on weaving and embroidery. And we started with face masks and then created an accessory collection. But after the pandemic kind of quelled down, we got back to Mexico where we had started doing tours in 2019 for mushroom foraging with my husband and began incorporating artisan experiences into our mushroom foraging tours. And then in 2023, started to collaborate with Ana Paula and Carolyn Callenborn and Miriam Campos in Oaxaca to start doing our maker immersions. I believe that through these kind of experiences, like we can slow down, we can connect more with not just artisans and their crafts, but also get a chance to hear their stories and more perspectives of how their life works, how their craft has evolved. And a lot of times we really get that when we get to spend time with them. In 2024, we also started hosting different student and textile groups from the Service Design Association and others. And so we do offer private tours when a few a year when folks reach out. And then this year, I'm really excited that we're going to be expanding to Chiapas with Anna and Roberto, as well as narrative embroidery in November with an artist named Elena Boleo Martinez, who's going to be kind of taking our embroidery immersions to the next level. So I just wanted to sort of share who we are, what we're doing, and thank you for being interested in this journey. I'm just going to admit Lisa into the room. I'm watching my waiting room while also hosting this call. Many hats. Um, Welcome, Lisa. And so I'm going to shift now to Resilient Threads, the call we're going to do today. It's from October 3rd through the 10th, and I'm going to start with our team. So you've heard a little bit about me, and I'd love to kick it to Anna to share more about her background, and then to Robert to talk more about himself.
Thank you, Kim. Well, so happy to see many friends here, Stephanie, MJ, Lisa, Anna, and of course, Kim and Roberto. And the ones who I don't know yet, thank you for being here. And okay, I live in Oaxaca. I've been living in Oaxaca for 20 years. I'm from Mexico City. And I am passionate about traveling, textile, social design, photography. I was a founder director of the Textile Museum of Oaxaca. And after I quit the museum, I started guiding trips with several tourist companies. And one of those is Traveling Traders Bazaars with Kim, who I am really, really happy to be working with now in Chiapas. And I've known Roberto also for several years because let's say like when I quit the Textile Museum, I started working in Chiapas with a nonprofit called El Camino de los Altos, and that's the reason why I got really immersed in the Chiapas culture and especially in the textile world of Chiapas. So I know all the highlands of Chiapas, and I work with many of the communities that we're going to be visiting. And so I'm really, really happy to be guiding this new trip and to introduce the wonderful culture of Chiapas. It's for me, it's very special because I spent there for years. So it's not like Oaxaca, but it's almost like something that feels very, very familiar to me. And I'm always learning about Chiapas, and I'm really happy to be guiding you to these beautiful people. Some of them I know them, some of the villages, I mean, some of the people that we're going to be visiting. Some of them are also new for me, but I've been in all the villages. Anyway, I'm not going to extend, but just to tell you that I'm really excited about doing this new journey and getting to know new people during the trip. And thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Robert?
Hi.
Oh.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm also very excited about this trip, about learning and doing this again with Ana Paula, who
Mm.
is an expert on textiles. And uh, for me, it's always very exciting to, even though I live here in Chiapas, just to learn more about all her knowledge, her wisdom about the threads, the techniques, the symbolism in these great textiles. So I'm really excited. I'm a tour guide, a general tour guide based here in San Cristobal de las Casas in Chiapas. I've been guiding tours in southeastern Mexico for more than 30 years. And but I focus mainly on the Chiapas area, lowlands and highlands. And this tour that we're going to do, Resilient Threads, is basically in the highlands of Chiapas, where most of the ancient knowledge of weaving is preserved. Unfortunately, in a lot of the indigenous communities in the lowlands, these traditions have been lost. But in the highlands of Chiapas, we have a incredible wealth of ancient knowledge that is passed down from one generation to the next in the weavings, in the patterns that are brocaded and embroidered onto the garments that the indigenous people of Chiapas wear. So I'm really happy to join this tour and really looking forward to meeting all the new people and those that have joined other tours before. I'll be happy to see them again.
Thanks, Roberto. Did you want to share a little more about Chiapas in that context of where it is in Mexico and anything else to add, Robert, before we share
Sure.
villages?
Yeah, sure. Chiapas is the southernmost state in the Mexican Republic. Geographically, it's in North America. There are about the extension of the territory is about 28,000 square miles. Most of it is rugged terrain, very mountainous. It's incredible landscape. It's karstic terrain. There are a lot of caves and canyons and sinkholes and waterfalls and turquoise blue rivers. It's incredible magic landscape. There are cloud forests and rainforests and a great abundance of water. One of our greatest riches is the abundance of water. We have about 25% of the water in the whole country. Um, this is also important because it's the birthplace, Chiapas is the birthplace of corn and cocoa or cacao, to make chocolate. At least the first people that ever consumed cacao were based here in Chiapas, the Mocaya people that are considered like one of the oldest civilizations in the Americas. In fact, the first sedentary people in all of the Americas were settled here in Chiapas, the Mocaya. And they were contemporary with the ancient Olmec people. Chiapas is also the land of the Maya. Of course, the Maya people, the ancient Maya, thrived in most of what is Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, Chiapas, and the Yucatan Peninsula. But here in Chiapas, we have incredible ancient cities that were constructed by the ancient Maya. And their descendants live here today. And these are the people that we're going to be visiting on this trip. The Tzeltal people, the Tzotzil people, the Chol, the Tojolabal, Mam, Cachiquel, etc. All these are the Maya people, the Maya groups that are found here in Chiapas. There's also many of them in Guatemala. And these people preserve the culture, the ancient beliefs, a lot of their religion. On this trip, we're going to have an opportunity to witness this incredible syncretism, the mixture of the ancient religion of the Maya, their belief system, with a veneer of Catholicism. And also, while we admire their incredible textiles. Um, Basically, this is the magic of Chiapas. It's its landscape, its culture, its people, and on this trip we're going to be focusing, as I said before, on the indigenous communities, the highlands of Chiapas. It's very lush, very green. The weather is excellent. I mean, it's just mild. It never gets too hot, never gets too cold. And well, I'm really looking forward to sharing this time and this magic experience with you.
Thank you, Robert. And you really
You're
helped
welcome.
demonstrate one of the reasons we are so excited to partner with you as our local guide because you have such a depth of knowledge. So I'm really excited that we're going to have you with us to really give us a deeper window into the history and elements that, that we don't know about. So I'm really excited to learn more with you. And next, we're going to have Anna actually speak to the villages we'll visit. So there is an itinerary on the website that walks through day by day about what we're going to be doing. And she's going to sort of walk through the villages that we're going to see. We're not going to get into too much detail the day to day. And also just to set us up, the format for these days when we do village visits is that we'll meet at the hotel after breakfast. We'll go to the villages, meet with artisans and do our activities, have lunch out there, usually either with the artisans or in town. And then we'll try and come back by kind of mid-afternoon, and you'll have the afternoon and evenings free for the 4 nights. And we'll have an opening dinner and a closing dinner. But this will kind of gives you the format for our days. And then Anna will speak to what villages we're going to do during those days.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Well, I also have to say that traveling with Roberto as a partner in a tour that we did together was really, really, um I mean, it was great because we shared both our expertises, but of course, I'm not an expert in textiles, but I'm always learning. But just to start, the first day we're gonna be in San Cristobal de las Casas, which is this beautiful, beautiful colonial city. And today, well, that day, Roberto is gonna tour us around, and we're gonna visit the market, the Mayan Center, the Centro de Textiles del Mundo Maya, Nabolón, and well, Roberto is a wealth of knowledge, not just about history, but also about connecting the city with the people who are living today, not just talking about the past, but the present. And I think for a tour like this is very important for you to understand how the history has shaped a city. And I think it's really incredible to travel through the years and the centuries with Roberto explaining us. And so the second day we're gonna go to Sinacantan. It's market day. It's an incredible market, and you're gonna see all the women buying their fabrics, their threads. This is a place where they do mainly embroidery, but also weaving with a backstrap loom. So we're gonna be able to see the women buying all their ¿cómo se dice? Their materials to
Yeah.
make their outfits, their garments. And we're gonna visit a cooperative called Mujeres Sembrando la Vida, which is a cooperative that I met when I was living in San Cristobal. Then the day after, we're gonna go to San Andres La Rainsar, and we're gonna see the brocade weaving. Well, just to say, in Chiapas, like in Oaxaca, there's a lot of different techniques, but we're going to focus in the villages that are more near San Cristobal de las Casas, but also like the most iconic ones and the ones that represent the most important techniques that we can see. Like, for example, in Sinacantan, the flowers, embroidery. In San Andres La Ranza, they do a brocade weaving. We're gonna be seeing the woman weaving with the backstrap loom. And then the day after, we're gonna go to San Juan Chamula, which is a very unique town, we're going to the church, which is like a trip to go inside that church. We need a lot of reverence to go to this place. It's a very unique place, and we're going to be with the women who weave their skirts and also do embroidery. And then Amatenango del Valle and Aguacatenango. Amatenango del Valle, they wear a beautiful huipil, which is embroidered, but where we're gonna meet are some potters. This town is very famous because of the jaguars that are made with these black, well, not black clay. It's not actually black clay, but they paint them on black and then paint them on many different colors. But the group that we're gonna be visiting, it's not like the rock star Juana Gomez, but a smaller workshop. An amazing place. They have a showroom, they have a shop, and they have a beautiful space where they are going to receive us so that you can learn also about the clay and these ceramics trade that they make in this area of Chiapas and Aguacatenango, where they make embroidered blouses. And the last day, we're going to be in San Cristobal de las Casas again, visiting a very important museum run by Sergio Castro, who is a very, let's say, iconic, important man who has supported the indigenous people. He's a doctor, and he heals people who have had burns mainly. And he will explain us everything about the garments and about his museum, which is, ¿verdad, Roberto? It's like it's a unique place. I'm not gonna say more, but we're gonna go. It's a nonprofit. He does everything. I mean, voluntary. So our entrance
Yeah.
is gonna be also.
I call him a saint. Remember,
It is a saint.
Amabauda? He is a saint
Absolutely.
because he does all this volunteer work, doesn't charge a penny to his patients. They come in with severe burns, and he heals them, and he's very good at it. He's recognized in this town and in this community, this area, as a great healer for these severe burns.
Mm.
And he doesn't charge anything. So he's truly a saint. Yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt
and
on.
no, 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 thank you. And his museum is really worth it, the visit. You're gonna see things that you won't see anywhere else. And so, yeah, so that's it for the places. We're gonna have a very diverse introduction to the Mayan folk art. And the special thing about these visits is that we're gonna be eating, like Kim said, with the weavers, and we're gonna have time to raise conversations. And so the idea is to just be in one place each day, so we don't have to run, we don't have to take so much, like car, and to really get the moment to be with the people.
Thank you, Anna. And just on that note, in terms of where we're staying, we're going to be staying right in town at Sombra del Agua. These are our accommodations. It's a really lovely hotel. It's actually was one of the first in San Cristobal, and it's had a couple of different iterations. It's where I've stayed with some other tours that we've done, and it's just really lovely. It's steps away from the walking street. Has a wonderful restaurant for breakfasts, as well as just steps away from a ton of other restaurants. So that's where we're gonna begin and finish our days. And part of that is so that, when we get back in the afternoon, you can rest. You can enjoy a cocktail at the hotel. You can go for a walk. It really kind of allows you to sink into a nice place. And we also have singles and doubles available for that. And so, yeah, just the overview is it's basically like 7 days, 7 nights in San Cristobal. We've got singles and doubles available. I do have applications starting to come in. And this is a great time to answer any questions. If anybody has them, you can put them in the chat. You can unmute yourself. Um, other things would be you would fly into Tuxtla Gutierrez. That is the main airport from in Chiapas. And then there are shuttles and taxis that bring you directly to San Cristobal, which is about 45 minutes from the airport. But it's a pretty easy drive. It's a nice new road. And I will say, actually, the roads are in pretty good shape for everywhere we're going. So that's also it. There's not a lot of, it's not like Oaxaca where sometimes we go up into the windy mountains. It's a little less windy. Preguntas, MJ, Stephanie? Anybody?
No questions.
Sounds great. Sounds wonderful.
Thank you. No, I'm really excited. Zach and I are actually going to be moving there permanently in September. So I'll be permanently based in San Cristobal.
Good place to
Yes,
live.
yes.
What was the city you fly into again? Could you repeat it?
Tuxtla Gutierrez. I'm not sure which directs come in from the US, but normally it's similar to Oaxaca where you would change in Mexico City.
Uh-huh.
Typically it's a two-flighter.
How large is the group?
We will cap it at 12.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to keep my groups 12
Small.
is a manageable number. It's a nice fan. Yeah, Barbara, nice to see a face with a name. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a great experience. And if folks want to, if you haven't applied and you are interested, please send an application in just because I fill trips based on the order of application received. And sometimes I get a wave of them that come in. So again, if you want to just let me know you're interested, it's a good placeholder to get you into line. If I have received your application, I've let you know. And I'm always available for a one-on-one call to answer any additional questions. And, if we don't have any other questions on this call, I'm just double checking that nothing has come up in my chats.
I have a question, another question. What's the terrain like in terms of the walking and stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, for our village visits, we won't be doing, much walking. We'll be sort of dropping in and not have a lot of walking. It is a colonial town of San Cristobal, so it's sidewalks that can be even for the most part, but also I always recommend wearing tennis shoes. I like to wear like tennis shoes when I'm walking around town. But yeah, it's a colonial city with stone sidewalks. But besides that, we won't be covering any like mountain terrain.
Hi, I was going to say, this sounds wonderful. I can't do it this year, so I hope it happens again, since I'm already a groupie. So can't wait to see pictures.
Jamie, I know I'll see you in November, Jamie. So I
That's
got
right.
you down for narrative. Yeah, we are hoping to offer this annually. Anna seems open to it. October feels like a good time. If that's something like if these times don't work for you, also shoot me an email and let me know. We're
Okay.
a small company that's really trying to grow sustainably, and also, we're just not going to run trips that don't have strong interest. I'm not going to be running summer trips next year. So our tours are really going to focus between like October and February will be the main times we offer our trips moving forward. Unless
Yeah, the time is really good. I mean, the time of year.
That's great. That's great to know, Jamie.
Yeah. So I just can't go back to Mexico for the third time this year because I'd never leave. So anyway.
And I understand that. I totally respect that.
But thank you. Yeah, I mean, this is great.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy you joined the info call. So yeah, and this is really just to let people know what we're up to, who's doing it, and why. And if we don't have any other questions, I'll kind of close the call for now. In
Yeah.
half an hour. Heck yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here. And
Yeah.
we really look forward to traveling with you and learning more about Chiapas and having a great time in a beautiful, beautiful state.
That sounds great.
Thank you so much for organizing this call. It was very informative. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Anna.
Fingers crossed it works.
Yeah, and it's
Thank
great to
you,
see everybody.
Anna.
Karen, it's great to see you as well. Excited that you're already going to be joining us. And lovely to see a bunch of faces that look familiar and names that look familiar. So again, like I'm the where the rubber meets the road. I don't have any assistants helping me. So when you get an email, it's from me, it's from a person, and this is who it is. So if you guys have any questions and want to talk, I'm available, and I hope you can join us sometime.
And you're in Hawaii now?
I am. My in-laws are here, and we're visiting them. So I'm very lucky to have
Yeah.
in-laws in Hawaii. But yeah, we'll be back in Oaxaca in a few weeks to kick
And
off
then to Chiapas.
our season. Yeah, and so Chiapas too. I'll be doing a natural dyeing demonstration in July in Chiapas at their local mushroom festival. So one of the other hats I wear. Great.
So thank you.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Looking forward to meeting you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thank you,
Roberto.
Roberto. We'll see you
Bye.
later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.